Hello and welcome to the morning sports briefing here on Sunday, the 6th of December. Sorry, I'm trying to steal your weekend there, folks. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. It's been a weekend packed full of sport. We'll be talking about the hockey, in the Premier Hockey League that had the final round robin game yesterday over there in Hamilton. I was at both of those games. Will also bring you up to speed with the cricket as New Zealand take on the West Indies and New Zealand A take on the West Indies A as well. Over in the 18-18, they also it was a semi-final time there, and we now know who the finalists will be today. And that game starts at 5 p.m. folks. Also, in the rugby, we had the Maori All Blacks versus the Moana Pacifica game yesterday. Again, I was at that one as well, bringing you up to speed with how that exciting game went. Over in Australia, the Wallabies took on the Pumas in the final game of the Tri-Nations or the Rugby Championship. Into that one. And we also have the finals of the Autumn Nations Cup as well to bring you up to speed with. The Football Premiership, the New Zealand Football Premiership also had one game yesterday, and the Formula One is in their penultimate Grand Prix is this weekend. This is your best way to start the day up to speed with all of the important sports news. And let's start off with that cricket then. New Zealand posted, after New Zealand posted 519 in their first innings, and they bowled out the West Indies for 138. Their top scoring for the West Indies was Campbell with just 26 runs. Four batsmen got into the 20s but couldn't go on to score more. Southey led the bowlers with 4 wickets from his 19 overs. Bolt's got 1, Jamieson in a couple, and also Wagner picks up a couple as well. The West Indies weren't helped by Dowrich being absent, hurt as well, so they only have 10 batsmen and not the full 11. New Zealand then enforced the follow-on, and initially the West Indies crumbled to 6 for 89, with basically all of the bowlers chipping in with the wickets until Blackwood and Joseph put on a stand. Blackwood is currently 80 not out, and Joseph on 59 not out. So a big or a good stand between those two mean that the West Indies are now 196 for 6. So 3 more wickets if you take into account that Dowrich is absent, hurt, to be taken with 2 days of play remaining. So the West Indies making a bit of a better fist of it in the second innings, but you've got to say that the Black Caps should wrap up that victory at some point today. Over at Mount Maunganui and the West Indies A taking on New Zealand A. West Indies A posted or scored 322 in their first innings, and in reply, New Zealand scored 574 all out. At the top, Phillips and Selford led the way with 136 and 111 runs respectively. And after that, most of the other batsmen chipped in. Cleaver got 85, Smith with 76. The top bowlers for West Indies A were Allen with 3 wickets, and Walsh also picked up 3 wickets as well. In the West Indies second innings, it's gone a bit like their first innings, where they lost early wickets, and it took the lower order to post a good score. Again, they've lost early wickets, and they're currently 57 for 3 there. Kuchelein has kicked a couple, and Duffy a wicket as well. So that's one. Also, the New Zealand A also going well against West Indies A over at Mount Maunganui. Moving on to the basketball then, and in the second semi-final, in the first semi-final, remember the Breeze beats the Swish as the Breeze, the favourites for the title, went through. They got to watch the Wizards play the Gold Rush in a much closer game, 68-63 in that one. For the Wizards, they were led by Manu Irangi, who top scored with 18 points on the Gold Rush side. Richards, with her double-double, 15 points and 14 rebounds, wasn't enough to pull her side through. And so we'll see the Breeze take on the Gold Rush today at the much earlier time, as I say, of 5 p.m. there for the final in the 18 in 18. So don't miss that one. The Breeze go in as strong favourites, let's be honest, in what has been a cracking festival of basketball over these last few days, over these last sort of couple of weeks, sorry. Over in the hockey and in the Premier Hockey League, yes, we had two games. The Falcons took on the Alpiners. Now, the Falcons had been going strong, but have lost the Mavericks on Thursday evening, and the Alpiners won as well. The Alpiners winning that one 3-2 there. Really, the Falcons making most of their gains on the break, and the Alpiners applying a lot of pressure during this game. The Mavericks then took on the Tridents. The Mavericks known they needed to win by 9 goals to make it into that first place final. The Tridents took a 2-0 lead in the first half, and it's been a real tough season for them. They haven't picked up a win yet. But the Mavericks came back in the second half to win that one 3-2. That means the third place final will be a repeat of that game, the Tridents versus the Mavericks, pushed back at 12 p.m. today. And the second place final will be again a replay of the game from yesterday, the Falcons taking on the Alpiners, and that one pushed back at 2 p.m. So two cracking games. I had some wonderful interviews from yesterday with the key players and captain and coaches from those games. I also talked to the tournament organizer about what a challenge it has been this year to put together this tournament. Initially, it was designed to be up in Auckland, but it has been delayed twice and also moved venue as well. It is also, and this is, remember, the main selection tournament for the Black Sticks for the men's and women's as they head to the Olympics in Tokyo next year. And it's interesting to see how they try to recreate the environment that the players might experience over in Tokyo. So catch those interviews on the New Zealand Sports Radio Facebook page over there. In the Football Premiership, we just had the one game yesterday on the women's side with Capital Football losing to Canterbury United 4-0 in that one. Two more games in the women's side and 4 games in the men's side today. And obviously, we'll bring you up to speed with all those results and the standings tomorrow morning on the morning sports briefing. Over in the rugby then, and boy, it was a bit of a packed calendar of games over there. First off, we had the Maori All Blacks facing off against Moana Pacifica in what has been a real festival of culture between the two sides over the last week, learning about the different cultures and a wonderful pre-match entertainment also celebrating those cultures. The game, though, really was more test match than festival rugby, as the Moana Pacifica took the 3 points straight away, and Ash Dixon described afterwards how emotionally it was like a sort of first 15 game for the first sort of 20 odd minutes, and how both sides really understood the importance and the emotion around the occasion. Caleb Trask picked up a try in that first half to keep to give the Maori All Blacks in touch. As the half time, it was 7-9 to Moana Pacifica. And I was putting up my post-match interview with Caleb Trask today, so look out for that. Also, in the end, though, the New Zealand Maori used their driving maul to good effect. Ash Dixon getting on the scoreboard. They had a few goes, and Moana Pacifica did very well to disrupt most of those. But the Maori All Blacks came out on top in the end, 28-21 in that contest. I also have a chat with Dwayne Pogliativo, who scored a try for Moana Pacifica towards the end there to give them the chance of the win at the end. And I'll also have the interviews with the head coaches and captains that were done after those games. Moving on then into the Tri Nations, and Australia and Argentina fought out another draw. It finished 16-all. Again, Hodge had a late penalty to win it. This game also had 3 yellow cards and a red card in it. I'll be honest, I've not seen the game yet. I'll be watching the replay today. I was driving back from Hamilton, having covered the Maori All Blacks and Moana Pacifica game. But that means that the All Blacks win the Tri Nations, finish top of the table there. In that one, obviously, all being in managed isolation, there can't be any celebration with a cup, unfortunately. Over in Europe, it was Autumn Nations Cup final time, and in the 7th, 8th playoff place between Georgia and Fiji, Fiji came out on top, 24-38. Fiji really, this was their first game of the tournament, having missed all the round robin games due to COVID. Great to see them actually get a game and get out on the pitch there. And congratulations to them for their win. Ireland saw off an ill-disciplined Scotland side, 31-16, to pick up the bronze medal or come third in that one. And currently, the 4th final is taking place between Wales and Italy, and it is 24-18 currently, and we'll bring you the final result tomorrow. And also in the early hours of Monday morning at 3 a.m. New Zealand time, England will take on France in the first and second place, or the gold final there in that one. Over in Formula One, and we currently have the live, or it's just finished the qualification there. Valtteri Bottas is going to be on pole with his teammate George Russell, who's replaced Lewis Hamilton for this race, as Lewis Hamilton has got COVID. Will has qualified third on the grid, so a very good qualification for him, having just come into a brand new car. He normally drives for Williams, not for Mercedes, in their testing. So very good performance by Mercedes to get first and third on there. Trying to check out who has he's qualified second. Sorry, so I misread that. It said I would have been happy to make Q3. So Bottas and Russell are on the front row of the grid with Mercedes. So great time there by Russell as they're coming in on the new car. Verstappen in the Red Bull is third. and Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari has qualified fourth for that one. We'll bring you up to speed with obviously with the final result of the race here on New Zealand Sports Radio on the morning sports briefing. Don't forget, you can join me at 7 a.m. every single morning, because this is your best way to start the day up to speed with all the important sports news. And hope you have a wonderful Sunday, folks.